Peter, another aspect of the Israel Hamas war are the relationships that we're seeing form from a geopolitical perspective. It was forming beforehand. I've talked about this when I've given speeches, in the sense that you're seeing different powers form within the world as it relates to relationships. You've got the U.S. and their allies, and then of course you've got a relationship that's forming between Russia and China. What are you seeing from a geopolitical perspective that we need to be thinking about? And part of why I'm bringing this up as well, when I give speeches and it's more business oriented, well, it is business oriented. You need to think about, if you've got new regional or new world powers forming, that's going to change currencies. They don't necessarily want U.S. dollars or U.S. treasuries. I mean, this is a glacial move, but there's different aspects to be thinking about as you think about spheres of influence. How are you looking at geopolitics?
I think that's a very astute point, and there are new formations of countries coming together. Most notably, we have a group that surprisingly doesn't include Canada, that has arisen in the security sphere, and we're not, in my view, we're not wielding the type of influence that we once had. I say that with a great deal of regret. The formation of the relationship between China and Russia in particular, and often Iran. We've also seen North Korea included in that sphere, and Brazil and Venezuela. Mm-hmm. They seem to be working in closer proximity, both economically, but as a security response to groups like NATO, groups like NORAD here in North America, and this new formation of the United States, Great Britain, and Australia, awkwardly referred to as AUKUS, and the Five Eyes, who are, of course, tasked very much with gathering and sharing intelligence in response to security threats. And so I wouldn't call it a realignment, but almost a solidifying of the Western world in various groupings versus our adversaries. And the adversaries are becoming more sophisticated, as you know, Catherine. The online activity, cyber attacks. We had a report very recently from David Vigneault, the head of CSIS, talking about efforts within our borders to purchase property near critical infrastructure, to continue the efforts to both steal intellectual property and interfere with both the private sector and the public sector in terms of our important information that impacts on our economy. And so all of this is prolific, and all of this is troubling, and something that Canada has to become more adept at responding to and contributing to when it comes to our allies.
That's so interesting. So you're saying that, I wasn't aware of that foreigners are trying to buy property close to areas where we have key information?
Not only key information, Catherine, more troubling is around dams, power generation, nuclear plants. In some cases, a company that is, working in the aerospace and defense sector, for example, and that this has been going on for some years. And this is really quite alarming and quite intrusive, coupled with what we know was election interference and the ongoing intellectual property theft and cyber attacks that happen on companies where there's misinformation, disinformation, and theft.
It's unbelievable. Do we know if there is a resolution with this in Canada now that we actually have the information?
Well, there's a little known organization within the Department of National Defense called Communication Security Establishment. And we have been building up their forces. They were previously limited to only responding and basically stopping these attacks to their greatest ability. Now they have a little bit more forward-leaning capability to come out of their own end, if I was to use a hockey analogy. And so those cyber warriors in our country, in our employ, are doing important work that is very unseen, but absolutely critical to the defense of our country and our information and the information of our allies.
Okay, well, Peter, I want to get your take as well on the state of our national defense here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.